photographer from Seattle, Washington, and I would love for you to take me and my business seriously. Today I'm joined with my beautiful rabbit and my beautiful dog, Daisy and Pinecone. They're both rescue animals. Today's video is a photography and social media Q&A. I asked you guys if you had any questions for me over on Instagram, and you left some that I'm going to answer in today's video. If you guys don't know this already, I run a photography education group on Facebook called Bold and Bloom. I'll have it linked down below. Go ahead, join the club. There's 30,000 members, which is so awesome. And we're also doing workshops in the United States in 2017 and 18. So I'd love to see you there, whether it's in person or online. My first question is, if a model reaches out to you, is it okay to charge them, or do you just collab? So when it comes to models reaching out to me, I'm pretty selective because I do typically do it for free. So I make sure that it's somebody within driving distance of me. Whenever models reach out to me, I'm a little bit selective about who I want to use my time with. I try to stay away from blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls on the beach in California because I feel like that's a little bit redundant and not a good representation of my work. I think it's important to have a really diverse group of girls in your portfolio. My next question is, are there any requirements for permits or licenses before you can charge for photo shoots? I don't deal with any of the permits. I leave that up to my client or whoever is organizing the shoot. I never touch that stuff, but I do always make sure to let my clients know. Therefore, since I don't organize any of that, it doesn't contribute to my price. How did you come up with your rates? So I came up with my rates honestly just throughout the years as I've kind of gained more experience. I've upgraded my equipment, my time has become more valuable. It slowly increases over time. So my advice to you would be to kind of take a little bit of an inventory and also decide how much you want to be paid hourly. My next question is how to spark up a conversation with the subject without making it awkward for portrait photography. So I usually have 5 questions on hand in the back of my mind when it comes to portraits and also couple sessions. Couple sessions are pretty easy because I'm able to just ask them, how did you guys meet? How did he propose? What was your first date? What was the funniest date you've ever been on together? What's your favorite memory together? What's your favorite thing about each other? Just a lot of questions about their relationship. And then when it comes to just single portraits, especially with seniors, I'll ask, how many more months until you graduate? What college are you going to? What are you looking to major in? If they're not going to college, I'll ask them what they're going to do. Like, are they going to work? Those kind of more questions that can kind of spark up a longer conversation where you find that they're talking more and you're talking less because you want your subject to feel as comfortable as possible, and everybody loves to talk about themselves at the end of the day. My next question is a really good one. How do you go about creating things you genuinely like and want to make versus creating things that you think people will like? My own fun stuff I do through my behind the scenes videos most of the time, and also through styled shoots with my friend Nat. My friend Nat is a florist and she's a really good event planner. I'll have her username here on the screen. It's Blooming Seattle, and those are really fun for me. When it comes to doing things that I think clients will like, that's just my paid work that I'll post on my blog and in my portfolio for them to see. Usually my clients are pretty awesome and they're really fun to work with, so for me, creating things that other people will like isn't necessarily a negative. My next question is, what is your dream photo shoot? So currently I'm obsessed with Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. I would love to photograph him. I used to really want to photograph Paul Jason Klein, but I'm not so much anymore. I'm all about Donald Glover. What is a good portrait lens that I could get for semi-cheap? 50-1.8 is a great option. Do you have a dream city or a certain location to shoot in? Anywhere in Germany, Berlin, or South Africa. I've always wanted to go to Cape Town for like 2 years now. What is the process with your clients? Do you meet up somewhere, take photos, then they leave, or do you go out for lunch, get to know them, take photos, and leave? I usually just meet up. We connect right off the bat typically. We have a good time, I shoot, and then they leave, I deliver the photos, and that's kind of that. But I know that for other photographers, it's a different process. For me, that's what works the best. My next question is tips on being consistent with blogging. Also, Qdoba or Chipotle. I would say Qdoba, and my tip for being consistent with blogging would be to get yourself a big wall calendar like this guy right here. Write out a very lenient schedule for yourself so you can visually see how many posts you're going to be sharing within the month. My next question is actually kind of 2 combined into 1, and it's essentially how much can I charge as a very young photographer from the age of like 13 to 16. And I would say that your age isn't what is the factor. It's more about like your experience and also your equipment equipment in a sense. When I say equipment, I don't mean that because you have a Mark II, your value is greater, but it's just kind of like your investment that you put into that camera. You should be able to generate that income back pretty easily. 75 is a great starting number if you're not gonna put too much into the package. 75 for 1 and 2 outfits is pretty good with one location. Don't do 3 looks, 2 locations. You know, don't do something that's going to take you 3 hours. Make sure that you understand the value of your time. Have that photo shoot be an hour and a half max and do 75. 75 to me is a good number because 50 is pretty low after you put in gas money into the equation. And 100 can seem a little bit intimidating to some people because of those 3 digits. I do have a full pricing video that I'll have linked down below. It's a little bit older, but what I say in that video still stands true, so I'll have that down below for you guys. Alright everyone, so those are all the questions I'm going to be answering for today, that we will be answering for today, my beautiful dog and my beautiful rabbit. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel for more photography and social media videos. You can find me on Instagram at Jessica Whitaker. You can also go join my free Facebook photography group, Build and Bloom by Jessica Whitaker. It will be linked down below. I'd love to see you there, and I'll see you in my next video.